It took my 90, almost, or 89-year-old mother to pick up 2 new doors. Oh, I thought my head was gonna
You're a little shell shocked by the price tag on that.
Well, just gets, I don't know what it is.
All right, I got 10 o'clock. I'm gonna go ahead and call our meeting to order. Can I have a roll call, please?
Clifton.
Here.
Fitch. Here. Stansel.
Here.
And all present. Can I have a motion to approve the agenda?
So moved.
Motion by Heather, is there a second?
Second.
Second by Diane. All in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Any public comment this morning? Okay, we have a couple resolutions to approve today. So, if I understand this right, we're gonna hire you as a part-time temporary assistant county attorney and then appoint you as the acting county attorney. Is that essentially it?
That's the resolutions.
Okay, all right, very good. All right, can I have a motion to approve the first resolution, which would approve Matt Schultz as temporary part-time hourly assistant county attorney?
So moved.
Motion by Heather, is there a second?
Second.
Second by Diane. Any further discussion? If not, all in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Next resolution is approving Matt Schultz to serve as the interim acting county attorney while the position is vacant effective October 12th.
So moved.
Motion by Heather, is there a second?
Second.
Second by Diane. Any further discussion?
Is this only till the election?
Yeah, let's talk about this, so we all are on the same page. So, this is only till the election. I'm not moving to Madison County. It's just to be a bridge gap, because you can't publish or do anything till after the election, because Erin's still on the ballot. So when she wins, because nobody else is running against her, she will not accept the office, and then you will be able to decide whether you put it up for election, appoint.
Participants are waiting in the lobby. To admit all participants in the lobby, press *2-1.
And so, and what
You
I,
must chosen to admit all.
what I plan on doing, over this period of time is making sure the trains are running on time, and building a real transition plan for you with options, as you move forward after November. I will be here, I think it's very obvious, I live in Dallas County, I'm running for Dallas County Attorney. I'm working hard, and I hope and expect to win, because I believe that people will see that I'm the best choice. But in the event I wasn't successful, I'm not coming back to Madison County. I moved to Dallas County for family reasons, and those reasons still exist. I'm here to help you get through this time and give you the information and the things, the tools you need to get this office kind of back on track.
So Matt, let's say after the election, Erin's officially resigns, we can't hire anyone, no one applies for the job. Would your office as county attorney take over us?
We do a 2080.
Okay, so those are not, we'll discuss that stuff, because it's really not who knows right now, right?
Okay.
We'll discuss what kind of options you have. We'll do that in a meeting when we discuss that specifically. I mean, we're here to talk about my role as acting county attorney, not what's gonna happen.
Okay.
And I think what we'll do is we'll place that on the agenda probably the week before the election or the week after, and go through all your options at that point, so that the public can all be involved in that conversation and see it in real time.
There are counties that share attorneys, correct?
There are.
Which, on the boards I sit on, it's not favorable.
Well, it can be, it just depends, it depends on the situation of the county. Every county is different, every size is different, the procedures for doing it is different. I mean, there's even a procedure if the board were not able to find a viable candidate, and nobody were to want to seek election, where the chief judge can appoint a county attorney. I mean, we'll go through all those options at a later date, but that's why I just want, this is what you should get as expectations from me. I'm gonna keep the trains running on time. I have the experience, I know the people here. We went from, 3 lawyers to 2 now. But, you know, I was in all day yesterday, I'm here all day today, and I feel pretty comfortable where things are at. I don't think there's a crisis. I think I can handle what needs to be handled and put you in a position where you can, you know, move forward in a positive way for the county.
We've posted the vacancy. I mean, best case scenario, in the next couple of weeks, somebody comes forward and that's a viable appointment, and we make that appointment and move on.
Yeah.
Is the problem probably salary?
You know, so I'm gonna come, that is an issue. I don't know if I call it a problem, it's an issue. I have some ideas to help you with that. You know, my understanding is, you know, obviously there's politics, if you wanna call it. You know, maybe there's a determination that people at least talk to me about. Maybe there's a idea of freezing salaries and stuff like that. I'm gonna try and give you options for you to be able to weigh those things and make a determination what you wanna do. I mean, it's your choice on what you wanna do and how you wanna see things move forward. So I've taken that kind of stuff into consideration, and some of the things that I'm gonna present ideas for you to consider as you're trying to decide what to do with the position.
Are we allowed to do 2080s for elected positions?
Yes, well, you can do a 2080 agreement. I mean, I need to look into the details a little further, but they did it in Taylor County and in, Ringgold County for years. There are other counties, really in southwest and south central Iowa, very small counties, where there are no lawyers, where they're sharing lawyers. They're basically sharing a county attorney.
But low population.
Low populations.
Area.
But I see this trending. I mean, lawyers are, the young lawyers are all going to the cities. There's just not, and when I was county attorney, is something I struggled with too. Even my assistants almost all lived in the suburbs and would drive every day. And everybody applying for the jobs were in that position. So when we were looking at salaries, we had to think about, okay, these people are losing this much money in gas just to be here. And to get, you know, I love living in Winterset and Truro, but, you know, not everybody does. And even I had, for family reasons, you know, had to put myself in a different place, and I'm very happy there. So, you know, you just have to, that's something you're gonna struggle with as you're looking forward to it. And you do want somebody with experience. You don't wanna just get somebody right out of law school, because it's not an easy job.
No, you kind of need to know your way around it, but
It's not an easy job, because it's not just criminal work. And that's what, I mean, a lot of people look at the county attorney and they think of the criminal work. It's really a fraction of what I did and I do. I mean, let's not forget all the time and effort that went into the windmills, for example. I mean, that's just an example of the things that the county attorney does, where things come up, dealing with the zoning commission, dealing with the board of adjustment, dealing with every elected official and the boards they represent, you know, and you know, each one of you would, you know, when I was here, I mean, just thinking back just a couple of years ago, when you had different issues, you'd come to my office and we'd meet and we'd have to go through different things and different boards you sat on. So it's a complex job, and you don't just want somebody who just got out of law school, and you may not want somebody with only criminal experience. Those are things you're gonna have to weigh.
prior to you, a lot of stuff got farmed out.
Yes.
And you're able to bring that
That's
stuff
very
back
costly.
in-house.
It did, and then that's the other thing you have to decide. Well, you know, are we gonna farm that stuff out? Or, you know, it's really something that it costs money to run the law firm for the county, if you wanna call it that. It does, and you have to, you know, you get what you pay for sometimes. But having all that said, I'm gonna come to you with options. We're just talking about expectations over the next 3 to 4 weeks. I'm gonna bring you options, things for you to consider. You know, I'm gonna keep the trains running on time. Yeah, the office, we're down, you know, a lawyer, and I'm temporary, but I don't, you know, I think that we'll be okay during this period of time, and we'll get everything set up for success.
Do you think we should put this on our agenda, the regular meeting next week?
Yeah, I think we should put it on
But
for next week.
We'll still be talking hypotheticals, but.
Yeah.
So for the 22nd.
You don't wanna,
Or wait till the 29th of October.
Well, we're just gonna, these are, I would put it on your agenda for a discussion item. You're not taking any action.
yes,
This is something for us to talk about. You really can't take any real action until after the
Yeah,
election.
really, it's, like I said, it's.
Erin's gonna get elected, and if she, for whatever reason, said, you know what, I think I'm gonna take the job back in January, she could.
yeah.
Mhm.
Now, that's not gonna happen, but legally, she could.
She could lose on a write-in, it won't happen,
Well,
but
she
she
could.
could.
But you'd have to have a lawyer writing in,
Right.
right? But, I mean, for all practical purposes, she's going to win that
Yes.
election because she's the only person on the ballot.
Right.
So you're not gonna be able to take any real action until after the election.
Now, the thing about having our own attorney, you were very good about getting people to halfway houses or drug rehab or prison very quickly, so our jails were never full, which is a huge savings to taxpayers. So if we send that out, I think it's a disaster. The weight of having people in jail forever is so costly, where you kept that so fluid.
Well, we don't, hopefully whoever comes in, whether it's 2080 or can we contract?
You can't.
We can't.
But that's so
Well,
costly.
No,
We can't.
you have to have somebody who's the county attorney. It's an
Okay.
elected, I mean, it's an elected position for a reason.
Okay,
So if for whatever reason, if we cannot find a viable candidate,
The state
then
will appoint one.
my next option would be going to Judge Hubbard and discussing it with him. And then quite frankly, I probably will still call him and just let him know this is the situation in Madison County, just so it's on the radar screen. But we're gonna discuss those actual options. Let's do it at the next meeting. And if we need to schedule another special meeting, I mean, we can, but you're not gonna be able to take any action, any real action until after the election.
okay.
Let's put it on our agenda for next Tuesday's meeting, just to kind of, maybe then you kind of felt out a little bit better. You could say, okay, these are 3 options, 4 options, whatever, for you to ponder.
Yeah.
Revisit this after the election, and hopefully things will sort themselves out.
Yeah, in the meantime, I'll keep the trains running at time, we'll keep the criminal cases, going. The police, the law enforcement are even calling you questions, so, there to help them, and, we'll continue to do that.
When you outsource, from my previous experience, government to private, it's very costly for taxpayers.
Well, and we're not.
You won't really be able to outsource this
Good,
position.
so we have to have a position.
Yeah,
And we
Either-
can't share it with another, well, we
We
could.
could share
can.
it with another county, we just can't contract it.
But
So those
sharing-
are our two choices basically, is a 2080, which may not be viable.
well, we'll talk about that the next meeting, you'll have more than 2 choices.
Okay.
You'll have more than 2 choices, but again, I mean, I really just wanted to say, what the expectations for you on what an acting county attorney is in this kind of situation for this short period of time, what I'm planning on doing to help the county out during this period of time and giving you the tools to make decisions. And I think we'll have more substantive conversation at the next meeting. I think it's more appropriate there.
Sounds good.
Sounds good.
All right, we have a motion.
And if you wanna have any individual conversations with me, that's fine too, but I think that, let's get into the nitty gritty at the next meeting.
Okay.
Sounds good. I believe we have a motion and a second. If there's no further discussion, all in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. Can I have a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Motion by Heather. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Diane. All in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. We are adjourned. Thank you, everybody.
Okay.